The GEEK Files, 2026, March 24th. Burnaby. Fall of 88, White Horsehair maintenance, but mucking about on the Caribou VYZ from Ambrose. So we're stuck in Frobisher Bay. Because National Guard are on, place soldiers on holiday, and we're just like not getting the job done. The decision is there's like a part load left. We can take the spares and the part load down to Goose Bay, and these guys, the Herc, will just take the rest of the stuff down there, and the Caribou will meet them there and take the loads in. And I think I was waiting on parts, so we left late. Now we're going to fly to Frobisher Bay, or we're going to fly Frobisher, Brevard Island, Fort Chimo, and then down to Goose Bay. So I left late, probably because I was waiting for parts and probably quill shafts, because we were running out of quill shafts again. So we fly off over to load up everything, fly over to Brevard Island and get the last load. Brevard Island is really cool because it's this tall piece of granite that's pretty flat topped, and the runway ends at the edge of a 2,000-foot cliff. So you load up and you just fly off this cliff and you instantly have 2,000 feet of altitude. It's really cool. No climbing necessary. We must have been on instruments because we start flying down, and I don't remember how long it is. It's not that far to Fort Chimo. We start landing, and it's really, really foggy. And Donnie and Blaine are saying, God, this is really, really foggy. I'm sitting in the jump, which is between the two pilots. And I look out the side window, and it's clear. And I look back at the window, and look out the side window. The side window's clear. The front is really foggy, and going, that's ice. We've been flying through freezing fog, and the front, and we must have been covered in a thin layer of ice because it was all over the windshield. Leading edges must have been iced up. We never knew it. I mean, the Boo is just spectacular aircraft. It just, man, that thing just wanted to fly. Not very fast, but it just wanted to fly. So we land, and we need fuel. Fort Chimo's a fueling stop. And so we do the normal thing. So I get out, and I hear them talk to the fuel guy. The fuel guy's French Canadian. And I hear 100, yeah, 100. I start doing my walk around. So I walk around the tail of the aircraft, come around, looking up at Blaine fueling, look at the wing, look over, and we're not fueling with 100 low lead, we're fueling with jet. And so I start screaming, stop. We all stop. The Caribou is the older brother of the Buffalo, and the Buffalo is a turboprop, and it looks a lot like the Caribou because it's the engines, I can't remember what engines, but they're big round engines. So this French Canadian, we said 100. He didn't think we meant 100 low lead fuel. He thought we meant 100 liters of jet. So okay, so here we go again. We find all the barrels we can find and just start draining the fuel out of the fuel tank because we're loaded with jet now. Yeah, I don't remember how long that took, but it took a long time. And then we had to refuel with avgas. Everyone's very, very upset about that. And so we then take off to Goose. Now, we had a NORAD number, and all the stuff that we're flying into the next radar base, Cartwright, was military stuff. So we land on in Goose Bay, Happy Valley, and get shuffled over to the military side of the airport. And Goose Bay is quite an active military training place for air forces from around the world. The U.S. used Military Air Command uses it as a forwarding base to shuffle stuff around the world on Galaxies and what's the other one? With the big cargo planes. The German Air Force is there. The Italians are there. I mean, they're just like all over the place. But we need a place to stay, and so they just shuffle us off to the transient officers' quarters. We walk in, and we're getting looked at, and the lady says, well, you have to pay up cash. And, oh, okay, how much? And she says, well, it's really expensive. Well, how much? It was $5 for room and board for the day. So it was all you could eat for lunch, for breakfast, lunch, and supper, and a bed to stay in for $5. We're going, so we just come when, a box lunch was $20. Okay. And it's hilarious because we're in our bush Arctic gear. So like, we're just, these are slimy aircraft. So we're in military surplus because, a lot of us wear military surplus because it's cold up there, but it's greasy and slimy and oily because it's the caribou. And there we are on the transient officers' quarters for $5 a night in all of our glorious northern greasy gear. Yeah, so making appropriate life decisions. You don't make any money, but you get good stories.